Hey people, how you doing out there? Hope everything's okay. Greetings from Thailand. I'm Amy and this is Art Conspiracy. Got something interesting to share with you today. I went out sketching and painting with my friends. We went to a temple, which we do once a week when we can. And I found a really wonderful subject, a statue which looked very much like a Buddha statue, but it's not a Buddha. It's actually called an Apsara. But it was this beautiful stone statue, and it was really covered with vegetation and plants and green and just the peeking out through the leaves. And I just thought it was great. Anyway, I did my piece, which I was pretty happy with. And then after we go to lunch and we show our artwork, and everybody said, "Ooh, they liked it a lot," but they didn't see the statue, the Apsara. They thought it was just a pile of rocks. So I guess I missed the mark on that one. But anyway, I'll show you. But what I want to do is I want to bring the statue more into clarity so that people can see what it is. And I have another issue that I'll share with you. So let me show you this. Okay, here it is. And actually, now that I'm looking at it on my screen, which is often the case when you look at something small on your computer, you see things that you want to change. And it looks a little undercooked for me. It looks a little pale. But anyway, here's what I want to do. Now that I've told you what it is, you probably see this right away. Here's the legs and the shoulders and the head, but they did not see. They saw a waterfall. Somebody said a waterfall, pile of rocks. And I think being mysterious is totally fine, but I don't want to completely hide the ball. So I'm going to bring the statue a little bit more into clarity. As I said, that's my goal. And the other problem that I had was that the head is a little oversized. Now, I don't really care. Who cares, right? But I can kind of solve two problems at once. So what I realized is I can make the statue bigger. And see this green area down here? I'm going to make this whole thing the legs. Here, let me move down here. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Here's a close-up, which looks a lot better. Just it looks like it has more color. So maybe I'll crop it. But anyway, let me get the color here and I'll show you what I'm going to do. So I'm going to extend the figure down into this area and make the whole thing bigger, which solves my problem of how big the head is. I have his hands in here, praying hands, or in the Y like this. So I'm going to just extend the whole thing out into this green area. So that is my plan. And I'm sticking to it. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to use my various tools to go right on top of watercolor and see what I can do with that. So let me change this screen. Here we go. Okay, so here it is. So when I want to make a change like this, which is pretty dramatic, let's see, I'll find a tool. Here's a greenish gray. This is probably good. Got a little test part over here, which you can't really see. Let me see. There we go. And I got markers, I got colored pencil. So this over, because the test part is very important. Whenever you're doing stuff like this, you don't want to just do it on here. You want to make sure it's the right color, the right shape. So I'm thinking, okay, here's his head. I can't make a hard outline because that'd be too obvious. So I'm thinking I'm going to extend down here. So I'm kind of throwing down the gauntlet and setting kind of the parameter for my correction. Just a little bit more indication of where that statue is. See that? You see him in there? So great. Not making a hard line here, just a little bit, just to show me kind of where the boundaries are. Where are the new boundaries? That'd probably be green in there. There he is. Maybe a little bigger, even. I can change my mind. There we go. So now I have the parameters of my new figure. Now I'm going to manipulate stuff inside of there. Okay. I'm going to use a white marker. In this case, this is my favorite marker. It's a Faber-Castell Pitt pen. You can also use a Posca, or even there's a Sharpie that comes in a white transparent color. And these are really great for doing this kind of thing. So I artificially put the light side over here. And in fact, when I drew this, there wasn't really a good light source at all. So I just arbitrarily made my light source over here. So I'm sticking with that. I'm thinking, where is that light going to hit? Maybe his hand here. And then here's the knee now, the new knee. So I'm going to bring that new knee into light. This is actually like a little toe. I know this because I draw these kind of things all the time around here. Maybe I'll put in a little bit white over here. I'm going to camouflage my correction. So when I do something, I put it somewhere else, and then it kind of disappears into the mix. Okay, so that's good. I added some of that. And now I want to get rid of some of the old name. So I'm going to take some green marker. I'm going to make it pretty dark. And again, I'm going to stay sort of like make marks here and there, staying with the spirit of the vegetation. So I'm not just going to like fill it in, but I'm going to, all my marks are going to be plant-like, so that I'm really staying true to the figure and the plantness. And down here, right, he's going to have plants growing up around him. So I'm going to add some of those kind of things. There we go. And this is pretty high key color, but I can come in with grayer marker later. Take a gray marker, got the whole arsenal here, as I call it. And look at that, I can just gray that down. I can kind of blend it so it doesn't look as obvious. There, are we seeing them? Yeah, totally fun. Put some dark behind his hand here. And then I'll just show you too. Like I'm putting some pretty darks in here. Oh, look at that. Yeah, now I hope you can see them now better. Anyway, I'm throwing down some pretty dark areas, but on top of that, I can take green colored pencil, look, and soften that and make it more of a color, which is really, really fun to do. Love to use colored pencil on top of marker. So there he is. Oh my gosh, I think he's coming to life. I hope he looks like a statue now, not a pile of rocks. But maybe I'll do a little bit more work on his face and see if that helps too. He had a really great little face. And maybe a little bit more on the hat. There we go. And maybe just make his nose a little. I don't want to get too specific. I just want to suggest just enough. Just enough. And I'm pretty darn close because I really don't want to do a literal description. There we go. Oh my gosh, I'm happy. I'm liking this already. And you can see the old guy just disappeared. The old marks, they're all blended in. Look at that. Okay. I could almost be done. I think what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to add a little bit of warmth in his face. And I might need to do that with watercolor. So hang on to get some of that. Okay, I've got my super baby little mini kit here, but I don't need very much. My friend Susan Jackson bought me this at the Museum of Modern Art in New York many years ago, and I'm still kicking. So I just have the littlest bit, look at that, just a tiny bit of warmth. I think is going to help. Yeah, what do you think? Just cut down the white just a tiny bit. Get a little bit more. Test, test. Testing, testing. Put some in here. Because he's not really green. I had to really put some warmth in this one because that green was so dominant. I actually added a little bit of red to my burnt sienna. Maybe, oh, right, hand. I know you were thinking that. You're like, Amy, get to the hand. Oh, okay. A little bit on, a little bit off, a little bit on, a little bit off. It's the way I roll. Look at that. I gave him a little cheek color. Maybe I'll just, should I indicate the mouth? Oh, ever so slight. Maybe I'm being too obvious. I don't know. I think I'm good. I think I'm good to go. Do you think he's there? Is he there now? Leave me something in the comment section. Let me know if you think I did enough. I mean, I can do more. I can do more plantness. Look at this. I can put more leaves in here. I can keep playing, darkening, changing the shape. I could work on this for days. I'm going to call it good for now. I think I did what I set out to do. I might want to soften down here. Again, these colored pencils are great for just cutting down, adding a little color. Look at that. Let me see if this dissolves. Yes, it does. It sort of dissolves under the marker. And again, that's pretty dark. Pretty dark. So if I don't want it quite that dark, I can lighten it up. Just get it even lighter green. Oh yeah, look at that. I shall not be deterred from my mission. As long as there is breath in my body and my paper holds out, I can keep working it. Oh yeah. Keeps getting better. But I'm going to be done. Okay. That's it. Oh, I'm going to show you the side by side. I'll be right back. Okay, here it comes. There's the original. And there's the new one. Did I pull it off? Did you still look like a pile of stones, or did you look like the Apsara statue? I don't know. Jury's still out, maybe. But like I said, give me some comments. Let me know what you think. There's still breath in my body and my paper's still okay, so I can do more if I want to. I'm just going to sit on that for now. Anyway, bye from Art Conspiracy. Do good work. Stay safe. Thanks for watching. Bye.